Hello my friends and welcome to another pick a card reading. I hope you're all amazing, doing really well, sending you lots of love in this time. This is a really special reading about what are you being called to heal. So I think something really deep and special to consider at this time. 3 piles to choose from. Pile 1 is this beautiful pink calcite. Pile 2, which is this gorgeous sparkly quartz geode. And pile 3 is this lovely moonstone. So pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. Timestamps will be in the description box below, but please do remember that these are general readings, so they are designed for a collective in mind. Lots of different messages. If the messages don't resonate, please only take what does resonate and discard the rest. A message that may not resonate for you may resonate for someone else, so just be aware with that. But otherwise, pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. Timestamps will be in the description box below, my friends. What are you being called to heal? I'll see you at your reading. Bye. Hello, pile 1, and welcome to your reading. So, what are you being called to heal right now? What are you being called to heal? So, there's this gorgeous pink optical calcite here, which is quite rare, actually. Optical calcite usually comes in a clear version, and then when I saw this pink one, I just had to get it. It made me feel that there was a healing energy that I could start to see things with. Rose quartz kind of like helps you to emanate that vibration, whereas optical calcite to me helps you to see the world with loving eyes, to gain more compassion in your self and for others, and to view things in a more compassionate way. So maybe that's what's happening in terms of what you need to do going forward. Wow, teacher. We've got wolf and we've got shatterkite. Oh, look at that. That's so lovely. Love that. And it's number 30, teacher. So that equates to the empress, and also that kind of like tri energy. So the understanding that two things, you know, the kind of the Holy Trinity in a way. So let's see what the book has to say about this, because I think this is quite interesting. I don't usually open with these cards, or I think I have done actually in the past. But the book is I'm feeling to look in the book a bit. Some advice from here. Let's see what it says. Also, I don't know a lot about this stone. You have attracted this card into your awareness today, as it is time to deeply connect with your inner teacher. There is a saying, if you know a question, then you know the answer. Wow. In truth, everything we need to know lies within us. And at every given moment, we are able to tune in with this inner wisdom for guidance and knowledge. We are connected to the collective unconscious, the collective consciousness and all-knowing universal energy. And within this energy, all truth is held. You are your biggest teacher at this time. You are also being called to teach others from this space as a part of your life's calling to share your knowledge. Do you often seek the answers outside yourself? Yet do you know that the answer is within you? Do you feel doubt and a lack of trust when it comes to listening to your own guidance? Do you feel life naturally teaches you through your experiences? Do you feel a passion to share your knowledge? Have you been pondering whether or not to follow the path of a teacher? This is a confirmation that you are the teacher and you have everything within you to follow this path. You are currently learning some big lessons, and soon you will share this knowledge with the world through conversations, books, social media, or even a workshop setting. Either way, it's time to honor your inner teaching and to share the wisdom with the world. If you've been asking for a teacher to come your way, this could also be a sign that your teacher has arrived. Interesting. And with wolf is the idea of inner guidance, wisdom, and power that is within oneself. It's also one of the only animals that doesn't hibernate. So it's something that tells me that even in times where you feel that things are quiet, to respect those things and to kind of give yourself the opportunity to see how those cycles work within yourself. So remember that. We do also have, what's really interesting, even though we've got like wolf, we've got like this, it's almost like the sea is behind them. So it's almost like there's a load of water. So it's almost like a sense of how you manage your emotions, because we've also got night as well, but a sense of how you manage your emotions and your sense of self, which isn't available, like which isn't on show all the time. That is going to be something that you're going to be teaching to other people. Not only viewing yourself with compassion, but in how you view yourself with compassion is how you are able to teach others. I think like how you view others or how you view yourself will help to teach others how to view themselves. That's what I'm feeling here. And it's going to bring you like a lot of abundance. Wow. I mean, here it's even saying like, go, if you work shamanically, and if you check out my shamanism channel, you can start to do that, no problem. You can, it says to you, for you to journey down to the lower world and connect with your power animal. Now, in the course that I do, that's definitely something that you can start to do right away. You don't need anything. You can just like click the link. I've got a video that tells you how to start to journey, and then you can start to go down, ask the intention of going and meeting your power animal, and then that will help you to kind of connect with that teacher. So let's have a little look. I'm curious to see what is it that my pile ones are being called to heal right now. There was another deck actually I wanted to pull before this, and I'm going to do that right now. Seems like all my round cards are coming out today. So let's have a look at what these cards want to say. What are my pile ones being called to heal right now? What are my pile ones being called to heal right now? Dear Spirit, what are my pile ones being called to heal right now? The medallion. Wow, okay. The medallion. And I will check the book as well, because I don't often get that card. So that's 59. 59 equates to 14. 14 is 5. That is the... 14 is also temperance, and it's also the Hierophant. So let's have a look. 59. So the medallion. Now, first of all, the medallion for me is almost like a medal. So, okay. The amulet, the talisman, the heirloom. The passing of a sacred object is an ancient ritual within families, between lovers, and in tribes across the globe. We gift jewels, treasures, and keepsakes, and mementos of all kinds, some of great material value, some that hold emotional resonance, and still others with both. Yet, when these gifts are bestowed upon us, it is important to recognize that they may bind us to an unspoken agreement or a promise. When the medallion card appears, be aware of the objects that you hold dear may be embedded with unconscious energy and expectations. Materials hold consciousness, and it is time to reconcile the vibration of the objects around you. What do you covet and collect? Why? Is there an object that you have held onto for years and are ready to release? Perhaps it is time for you to reach for the medallion that aligns with your deepest values. And what does it say here? Do you believe that the objects contain supernatural properties? When have you experienced this to be true? And then imagine if your family, school, or social group had a crest, an emblem, or an amulet, what would it be? Draw it. When this is in its light form, upholding tradition, protecting and honoring. When it's dark, you burdensome. There's a sense of burdensome inheritance, habituation. Going deeper into the ancient Egypt scarab amulets. That's really interesting. So, okay. So what I'm getting from this is that there is this, it's almost like an inherent knowledge. And I don't know if some of you are feeling that this might be, and this is quite a particular message. I think I've started to understand why my readings don't get that many views, because I know that I'm speaking to quite a very particular section of the collective. But like, you're being called to do something, and some of you may have trouble in accepting your path. You may have trouble in wanting to walk the path, because you may think that I don't know whether or not I want to accept this burden. Now, I'm not going to lie, this is very common, funnily enough. It's been said like a lot, particularly with like shamanic workers or light workers, particularly light workers, they are wanting, basically, they are said that most of them don't really want to do the work. Like, they don't really want to do this or be called to this kind of like path. So, for example, I've watched a lot of documentaries of people who have been called to work on the path, on the shamanic path, or to work on the spiritual path, and they don't want to do it. They'd rather like be living in ignorance. And it's not because, and it's not because, oh yeah, like I just want to be living in ignorance, but sometimes the burden is quite a lot. And I speak from experience. Like, life sometimes is a lot easier if you don't have to like need to walk this path. If you could like do the easy thing, which would be able to like just be like everyone else. But this is a calling. This is a real calling. And I'm starting to see that this optical calcite is also giving me the fact that because it's not the classic optical calcite, it just means that you've got a gift. You've got a really important gift that needs to be shared, and it's been handed to you. And you do have a duty to teach. So what are you being called to heal? I think you're being called to heal your relationship with how you see yourself as a teacher, as someone who is there to guide people, because I don't know if you're really that comfortable with it. Because sometimes we're not, sometimes we don't mind being teachers and whatnot. I know that when I was younger, my mum always used to say to me that I was a teacher. And I was like, I don't want to be a teacher. I want to be a famous actress. I don't want to be a teacher. And then now I've realised that there's nothing else I can do. I have to do that. And it's, what I was born to do. So here I am. Okay, so we've got here, wow, know you belong. Isn't that cute? Number 19. 19, I think that's the moon. So, oh, that's really cute. Little like bat cat. So what I'm getting from that is that, I think once you kind of accept that that's where you need to be and that's what's happening, then you'll kind of sink into place. It's really interesting how we've got these two kind of animals that are looking at us, or these two animal-like creatures. I mean, we know that this is a wolf, but God knows what that is. Some kind of like a really cute little like dragony cat thing, bat, like half dragon, half cat. But that's another thing as well. We don't even know what it is. And because we don't know what it is, it's almost like, how do we know where we belong if we don't know what we are? So what we have to do is we just have to accept ourselves within the moment about where we are and how we don't, like, and be okay with not knowing. Do you know what I mean? So this thing, it may put us into a space where we don't really know what we are. We don't really know what we're doing. We don't really know how we are, what we're supposed to do with this stuff. But, you know, this is all part of the journey. This is all Chiron journey, you know, the wounded healer. This is the thing. We learn from our experiences and then we teach them in a way that, you know, kind of helps others. And no matter what, like, you know, okay, I'll tell you a story. Like, there's a guy on YouTube that I listen to at the moment, or I watch a lot, and his name is called Vlad NCL, and he's really cool. He's a guy that has come from real, like, hardship. Like, his life story is really intense. But now what he does, and it's so random, he dresses up as a woman. He's straight. He's a straight guy. He dresses up as a woman and then pretends to be a woman, like online, like trolling men, basically. And then what he's done now is he's decided to move it into the public arena and go out to the most dangerous places in the world. So in Greece, in Rome, all over in America, and go and pretend to be a girl walking alone late at night. And he shows, like, socially, as a social experiment, about like what, you know, about what's, you know, how dangerous it is for girls. Now, he didn't ever mean to do that. He wanted to just do something that was going to combine all of his talents. He knew that he had to do something. He had no idea what he wanted to do, but he did know that he wanted to become a big YouTuber, and he didn't know in what way. And he did loads of different things, and he tried loads of different things, but it's this one thing of him dressing up as a girl and doing this that he's actually inadvertently ended up helping thousands of women of the world, and also highlighting a prevalent social issue that is happening and empowering loads of women in the process. It wasn't his intention, but that's what he's doing. And that kind of makes me think, wow, like, he's done that in such a good way. Like, there could be men out there that go and do that, but he's actually, you know, highlighting how other men are behaving towards women because they're behaving in that way towards him because they're genuinely thinking that he's a woman. So it's just really interesting. And the reason why I bring up this story is because, like, no matter what the calling is, like, depending on what this, like, what it looks like, he's still, you know, it's making a difference in this world in whatever way it happens to be. And I think that that's really important. So I think that what you're being called to heal here is your attitude towards how you think that how your place is in this world. Like, any judgment that relies on or any judgment that is being placed by yourself about your position in this world, it's about you changing that and healing that and understanding that you are exactly where you belong. You're in the right place at the right time. You're actually helping others and you're teaching people in the way that you're supposed to. And, you know, this is a gift, a real gift. Wow, work through your fears. Okay. I mean, I saw the glimpse of that before, but I wanted to talk to you about that before I turn this over. So we've got the new moon in Scorpio, work through your fears. I mean, Scorpio is a fixed sign as well, and this means for you to really be strong in how you approach your fears and don't back down in that respect. This morning, actually, I was thinking about those people who I know that have moons in the fixed house, in the fixed signs, which is like either Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, and Aquarius. They are very determined people. Like, there is no way that you can change their minds. Usually they have to do it of their own accord. They're not very flexible people, and it seems like that's the kind of like attitude that needs to come through at the moment in terms of how you approach yourself. You need to be really dedicated to yourself, pile one. Do you know what I mean? That's where the healing is coming. That's what you need to heal. You need to heal your attitude towards yourself. and about what your place really is in this lifetime. Okay, so we've got Knight of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands, and we've got the Page of Swords. I've got 2 here. I don't really want 2, but I'll take them. Okay, because it's a bit big. So we've got the Knight of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands, the Page of Swords, the Seven of Cups. Excuse me, so 2 sevens. And then we've got a 9 of Wands. Yeah, I mean, like, there is a lot of defensiveness. There's a lot of defensiveness, and there is a lot of, like, I would say a little bit, you know, it's scattered energy, and you are fighting some things, for sure. There are some times where you feel that you've got it, and you're, like, over it, and you've managed to handle it. And then there's other times where you're like, shit, I don't know actually, and I'm just going to distract myself with other things. And I'm just going to just kind of procrastinate on the problem. Now, the 9 of Wands to here is giving me like, you have been through a lot. You know, I think there may be this, like, flagellation between, or, like, you know, kind of back and forth about whether or not you believe that what you've been through is enough to constitute as whether or not you are worthy enough to be a teacher, part 1. I feel that, like, you really need to remember your goals and your dreams and what is important to you. You've got options, and the problem is that I feel that maybe you have too many options. So I feel like it's really important for you to, like, knuckle down and be quite specific and succinct and clear about what you're doing, because you know, I think that part of that there are things out there that are wanting to get you away from this path. I'm not going to lie. Like, I think with this 7 of Wands and the feeling I just got just then, there are energies that don't want you to succeed. And the reason why is because your gift is really quite powerful, whatever it is, whatever thing it is. Like, for example, if we come back to the example of, like, Vlad, like, he is just, what he's doing is showing up a lot of men. So I'm sure that he has to be very careful about what he does. Do you know what I mean? Like, he has to be careful about where he is. I mean, you know, he kind of, like, goes for the thing that he's a big, strong Russian man, but, like, you know, everybody is vulnerable at points. So, and if they're attacking, like, men as a collective, then it could be deemed as quite dangerous. I don't think he is, but, like, you know, men could feel intimidated, like, of him, you know? So there are energies out there that are not wanting you, that are wanting to scare you into a place. Particularly these four cards, they're kind of telling me that there is something that is trying to stop you from doing this because it knows the value of what you're trying to do, or what you are meant to do. The thing is, though, I will say, is that this is all within your power. Nothing is outside of your power. Like, nothing of this is so insidious that you can't control this, that you can't, like, that you can't, you know, that you can't deal with it. But I will say to you that there is energy that is wanting to, you know, middle world energy, which is probably why it's important for you to kind of, like, connect with your power animals and get your kind of allies together on the spirit realms, so that you can make sure that you're fully equipped when you're walking this path. So yeah, keep that in mind. Okay, let's clarify. Knight of Pentacles. The Magician, look at that. The Chariot. Okay, here we go. Here's the major arcana. Knight of Cups reversed, of course. The World. Hey. Okay, I'm going to take it as that, because it landed like that. Okay. Your power lies within your ability to just step back and observe. I'm telling you. If you guys do any meditation, like when you sit there and observe and take your time, I'm telling you, magic shit happens. Like, really, just take your time and observe from that place of power. Really. Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving card in the deck. It's the one that observes. He is the observer. He is the one that overlooks and oversees everything before he decides anything. So make sure that you employ that energy, and this will be really powerfully healing for you. Then, in opposition to that, right, 7 of Wands, you've got your fears and whatnot. You've got tenacity. What else has it got here? And it's like an Aziluth. I'm not 100% sure with that. Let me just double check that, because I know the reason why I kept the book handy was because I knew that this was going to be important for me to remember. But I've got a feeling that as much as it's lovely that we have these beautiful, we have everything there on the cards, I don't know if it will tell me exactly what that means. Netzach and Aziluth. I'm going to look that up. Bear with. So I had to Google that. Sorry about the noise that is outside. This is about rising up. I mean, the 7 of Wands is about that. It's about rising up above any kind of ghosts or anything like that. But because we've got this circular card, it means that both are in play. So it means that sometimes you succumb to these energies that are causing you to kind of be suppressed, and then there are other times where you rise above that. And the thing is, right, in order for you to get over that is to, and it's number 7, funnily enough, and we do have Leo is here, Leo as well, Aries and Taurus. Okay, Leo. Now basically you have to keep moving. I know that sounds really contradictory to that, but it's interesting. You have to have faith in yourself, in knowing when the right time is to move forward. Because there are some times where it's worth your time, and there's some times where it's absolutely not. So it's almost like you have to fully take in, meditate, observe. Take some time at the beginning of the day or whenever it is. Usually in the morning is when I meditate, and it's just the best thing to do, just to get yourself centered and focused. And then once you can do that, then you can decide which way to charge ahead with full abandon. Okay? So, that's what you need to focus on, because I think there's a real kind of lack of confidence in oneself, but I think it's because the energy is scattered, not because you don't think that you can't do it. I think it's because there's this kind of back and forth, a little bit imposter syndrome-y, I think, because we don't have the Queen of Swords reversed or anything like that. So I think that this is more to do with your own kind of sense and self. I think in a way some of you have already been doing a lot of work in terms of your self-esteem and about your position, but there's still some sense of acceptance that needs to continue. Knight of Cups reversed with the Page of Swords. This is the procrastination. Knight of Cups would be going forward, but I don't know. There's this kind of lack of sense of love for oneself and also for others, I think. You need to give. You need to give more to the world in order for you to be able to kind of cultivate this sense of purpose and self, so that you can go and do what you need to do. The 7 of Cups and the World reversed. Okay, the World reversed. Now, what I will say is that this is going to be an ongoing battle. It's not going to be something that you're going to win outright, okay? Both ways. That. The fact that your job is not done, and also number 2, the shit doesn't stop. Do you know what I mean? The shit will continue. That's a thing of life. But it's almost like it's part of the game. So you have to continue on this kind of road. You really do. Also the 4 of Cups and the 9 of Wands. It's almost like seeing this as an opportunity. You really have to see these as opportunity, these challenges as opportunities. Somebody told me yesterday, I said, oh, this is a big challenge. And then they said to me, well, it's an opportunity, actually. So I just thought to myself, that's an amazing reframe. So that's what it is. This is about reframing your experiences, part one. And being able to understand that what you have is actually gifts and not all burdens. Okay, let's have a look at some destiny cards. This has gone a bit like purpose, life purpose, but maybe this is the whole thing about this year for you, like what you're being called to heal. Because I think people really need you. They need your teaching. They need what you bring. What does my pile one... What is my pile one being called to heal? What is my pile one being called? I'll take that one. What is my pile one being called to heal? Flow. Okay. Flow. Go with the flow. Understand the flow. And look at that. So we've got this kind of like moon energy. Flow, 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 flow. The cards are not really wanting to come out one at a time. They're wanting to come out like several at a time, and I'm just like, no, I'm sorry. I can only do one at a time, I'm afraid. Thank you. Wow, come to me, attracting like a rose, receive abundance and desire. Yeah, look, so we've got flow, and then we've also got come to me. So it's almost like this allowance. Like you just have to allow things. You have to like leave it be. Allow it to be. Do what you're doing. It doesn't mean that you like just stay stagnant. It means that you're kind of allowing things to flow as they do and just get on with what you're supposed to be doing. Do you know what I mean? Working on being this teacher, working on this energy, working on this beautiful like sense of self that is looking at the fear and being like, I'm not going to compromise myself. I'm not going to allow these fears to dictate who I am. Okay, and the final card is the Wise Woman of Wonderland. Wow, that's so cool. Look at that. Oh my God. Integrity, compromise, number 21. What does the book say about that? Oh my God. That looks crazy. Let's have a look at what that is. This is a really interesting deck, which I haven't really used that much. Okay, so that's number 21. So it says, the wise woman of the Wonderland brings integrity through to thought, word, and deed. She lets you know that as long as you're in the flow of honesty and being true to your word, she keeps you under her protection and care. When she appears as your ally, she signals a time when honesty pays off, yielding greater dividends than you expected. Be thankful that you remained faithful and loyal to your path. She reminds you that compromise isn't always an option. Stay true to yourself, first and foremost. Although it may appear that you could lose something as a result, you can never lose what is truly yours. Pile 1. I really hope you liked that reading. I love that for you. If you liked it, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe for more videos. Do hit the bell icon so that you can get notified of whenever I upload. But otherwise, my darlings, this has been amazing. Looking at what it is that you're being called to heal. I hope this was helpful. Have a wonderful morning, evening, night, or day whenever you're choosing to watch this. And remember, my loves, that honesty is always key. Bye. Pile 2, hello and welcome to your reading. So you chose this beautiful geode, this like crystal geode that is just so gorgeous and sparkly. Oh my God. It's like, I think like there's hidden stuff like that's inside you that's waiting to be released. Divine Masculine, Heliodor. Wow. Number 2, the Sun. something that is waiting to be born, to be released, something that is waiting to take action through your intention, and not just intention, it's through your action. It's waiting to kind of come to the surface. So this is about awakening some kind of power within you. This is what you're being called to heal within yourself. Awakening this power, or healing yourself so that this power can be awakened within you. I don't know, I feel like the energy is stirring, like it's ready to like pop. It just needs you to kind of allow it to do so. Yeah, it's kind of the impression that I'm getting. Wow. The Destroyer, I mean, it's, like, that's pretty Shiva-esque. And then we have like, well, I mean, Buddha is a reincarnation of Vishnu, which is a different god, but wow, the Destroyer. And it's number 23, that equates to 5. We've also got 2 as well. So let's have a look quickly what the Destroyer has to say. Sorry about that. I had a little box. All my boxes went all over the place. Okay, right. So let's have a look at the Destroyer 23. I do apologise if you hear some noises outside. That's what I kind of now know why I kind of do it quite late at night, because nobody's around. It's super quiet. So whereas I live in quite a noisy neighborhood. Okay, so we've got the Destroyer. The Destroyer, the final of the 3 archetypes in the trio of existence, has necessary yet painful work to do in the world. Culturally, we have an aversion to endings, and we hang on to permanence as a signifier of success. Yet the Destroyer pulls the rug out from underneath relationships, jobs, homes, and all forms of security. Very Tower-esque, right? It's the part of us that wants things to end. Its painful orientation is to uncover our true purpose. The Destroyer does not let us linger long in comforts, as it knows not much happens in that realm. With its piercing eyes, it seeks out stagnancy from a distance and the rest becomes history. In the old myths, this is the moment when heads begin to roll. The ground opens up and castles crumble. Hold on for the ride. The Destroyer has arrived. In the old tales, the Destroyer sometimes appears as a black dog. Sometimes it takes the form of gods and goddesses such as Shiva, Kali, and Apophis. Consider Picasso's statement, every act of creation, first of all, is an act of destruction. And when it's light, swift, and precise blows that redirect our life, when it's dark, self-destruction, negativity, unwillingness to rebuild, which is the Tower reversed. And to go deeper is Robert Rauschenberg's Erased de Kooning drawing. Okay, I don't know what that is. Erased de Kooning drawing. Robert Rauschenberg. So Google that and take a look at what it is. Okay. I mean, we're breaking out here. Breaking out into a space where we believe that we should be. Okay? So that's what that is. There's something about you destroying the old part of you, getting rid of the stuff that you do not need. Wow. Focus and then act. That's pretty intense, man. Like, look, and number 12, that's the Hanged Man, but there's something quite Queen of Swordsy about that. Queen of Swordsy and also King of Swords as well. Okay, let's have a look at your moon energy. So there's definitely something about breaking out in order for you to be able to unleash this beautiful energy that's here. I can only have one, Spirit, please. I can only fit one on the table. Can you only give me one? What is my pile 2 being called to heal? What is my pile 2 being called to heal? What is my pile 2 being called to heal? What is my pile 2 being called to heal? What is my pile 2 being called to heal? What is my pile 2 being called to heal? Emotions are running high. It's the supermoon. Shit, man. There's like super powerful energy here, you know. Really powerful. Okay. Let's have a look with the tarot. There's also a sense of urgency here. I'm feeling like I need to get it out. And the cards are not, they're not like just coming out. They're coming out like loads together. Okay. 1. We have the 5 of Pentacles. Okay. Reclamation. The Ace of Wands. Spark. Yes, thank you. Okay, right. Six of Pentacles. 2 of Cups. And Judgment. Whoa. Okay. Right. A period of inaction has now given way to a lot of action. In fact, you're being called to like go forward and take the stand. And I feel like you've been in denial of it, pile 2. You've been not wanting to get up in this space. And I don't know if you've been like using a lot of things as an excuse. But the call is coming very clearly. 2 of what you've got the Judgment and Ace of Wands. I mean, they are both cards that tell you to rise, like quite literally. So, you know, there's something here that's telling you that you need to do something. You need to rise above a situation that is keeping you in a kind of like lower state. Yes. That's what's happening. You may need to break a relationship. But that could be work. It could be love. It could be, I don't know, it could be family. I don't know. But it seems like it's an interaction with someone that is not giving you that you need to, I don't know, you either need to speak out against it, or you need to speak out or speak out in the relationship in order for you to like rise up to the space where you're supposed to be. Because right now where you are is keeping you in a space of poverty, not just materialistically. We're talking about emotional, spiritual, or we're talking about physical. Everything is keeping you in a low position. It's a little bit when someone keeps you in a position where they know that you're weak. We've got 2 cards here that say that. And then you've got 2 cards of rising up, and then you've got 1 card of relationship. What does that equal to? That a relationship is causing you to like kind of be suppressed within something. And something is not being allowed to rise. We've got divine masculine here, strong sexual energy here, which means that it's not just about sexuality, but it's about drive, it's about push, it's about being able to create things for oneself. And things are kind of up the pole. They are, you know, a bit crazy because we have this supermoon energy as well. Let's get some clarification as well. So what are you being called to heal? You need to rise, pile 2. You need to stand up for yourself. You need to rise. And I think you have to do this regardless of whether or not you think that you upset people. 10 of Wands, reversed. The Sun. Look at that. The Sun. Look at that. Love that. 5 of Coins again. Wow. I'm only going to take that one. 10 of Coins. Okay, it might be to do with family. Yeah, it could be family, love, or it could be or it could be a partnership. The thing that's coming to mind is that I think I watched a story about this guy that, like, you know, he married into this Colombian family, and he felt that he was, you know, that he had parts, like he had things that he never had when he was in his own family, and he ended up marrying into this family, but then he found out that he was really unhappy. So there's a little bit of that I'm feeling. 8 of Coins reversed. It's not going to be as hard as you think it is. It's not going to take as much work as you think it's going to take. Because this is what you're meant to be doing. I think you've come to like kind of the end of your tether. And now the sun, it's almost like this rebirth. I mean, these cards are like fully rebirth cards. And I don't know, you keep yourself stuck in this kind of like poverty mindset that makes you think that, you know, you need to be grateful for everything, and you need to be, you know, you need to be kind of like stay within this kind of like sense of self that is kind of keeping you on a lower keel, yeah, it's keeping you disempowered. So you need to sort that out. How do you do that? You have to believe in your power, and you have to step out. You may have to say some shit that might not be very good to say, or very nice to say. But if it's what you need to say, then you need to say it. You know, if you whatever you need to do, if you need to make, you know, if you need to make a decision for yourself for a change, rather than having to put other people first all the time, that might be it. But I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think you're going to have much choice, because I think it's going to happen anyway, regardless of whether or not you like do it or not. It's going to happen. I think you're going to be in a position where you're just going to have to do it, and you're going to have no choice but to do it. Like, you're going to have to step out and break out, or something is going to break out, and you're going to have to just flow with it. Oh my God! Listen. This is the card that I got for pile 1. And you saw me shuffling those cards. You saw me shuffling those cards. So there we are. It's going to happen regardless. This healing journey is going to happen. It's going to happen whether you like it or not. So you might be trying to hold it in as well. And it's going to come out. So that's why you need to focus the energy. If you want to work with this, which I'm sure that's why you're coming to this reading, then you have to realize that this is not going to take a lot of work on your part. You just have to focus. That's all you have to do. Healing is happening. Look at that. You're not broken. Trust the process. It's safe to soften. I feel like a lot of fear within you at the moment, pile 2. Like, I feel like you're scared about these changes and these things that are happening. Please don't be scared. It's okay. And it's all right to feel fearful as well. Can I just say, like, let's make room for that. Let's allow that and listen to what it has to say. Like, yes, you may feel fearful because of blah, 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 because of this, because of that, because, you know, you're not sure what's going on. You're not sure what's happening, but it's okay. You're held and you're loved. And this is your evolution. Wow, the Ringmaster of Scrutiny, Discernment, Clear Vision and Details. Okay, let's have a look at what the book wants to say about that. And that's number 9. Number 9 is the number of almost, like, it's the number of mastery, and it's also the number of where we are almost completing a cycle. So just be mindful that you are at this stage. Okay, so we've got, it's all about the details. Look closely, pay attention to the smallest of elements that is being presented to you in your path. It's in these details and not the broad strokes that you'll find the breathtaking beauty and perfection of what you observe. There's allies on your side to point out the deeper meaning of what unfolds in your life, and he reminds you that every moment counts. Staying present in this perfect moment, observing the minute things, leads you to manifest your highest good and greatest desires. Grand gestures of other times. It's about the small acts that really count right now. So what I'm thinking is that you really I feel like personally that you're actually in more of a masterful position than you think you are. You may feel that you're in a challenging position, and if you are, you just have to allow it to flow. So, not an easy message, pile 2, but I hope that it made some sense. If it did, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe for more videos. Please do share this video if you want to. Do share as well in the comments. I always love to hear your comments. And also do hit the bell icon so that you are notified of every time I do post. But otherwise, my darlings, have a wonderful morning, evening, or night, or day whenever you are choosing to watch this. And remember that honesty is always key. Bye. Pile 3, hello and welcome to your reading. So you chose this gorgeous moonstone. There's something about you being able to listen to your intuition and allowing yourself to, I don't know, can you see those flashes? Like, I don't know if you can see those flashes. I hope you can, at least some. But these flashes of insight almost that need to kind of occur, that you need to be still, or you almost need to you need to be in the right position and the right time in order for those flashes to like appear to you. So there's something about you being able to listen, see, be in the right time, the right place, the right position for you to be able to see these messages so that you can heal yourself in the way that you need to. And here we have inner wisdom. And this is Mangano calcite, it's not moonstone, but anyway. And then we've got inner wisdom, which is Mother Gaia, and then we've got goethite, and then we've got number 17. So we have the inner wisdom of Mother Earth. So there's something really deeply innate. I do get like a little bit of High Priestess energy here, but we do also have Mother Gaia. Number 17 is the star. So we have this beautiful kind of energy of hope and reflection, and being able to just be quiet and calm in order for us to really hear what's going on within our souls, within our unconscious, within our intuitive selves, the part of us that is, that is cold, that is dark, that doesn't really reveal to us all the things immediately. We need to be still in order to listen to them. Part 3, let's have a look at what this card is. Wow, the unseen. See, the unseen is all about the High Priestess, number 2 energy. I know that I said 17 because it is the star, which is like a, kind of, we are in a more evolved version of that, but there is this kind of like energy of number 2, of things that are hidden under the surface. We've got 27, interesting, 17, 27, and we also have 9 and 8. Yeah, so 9, 8. So that we're this is high level stuff. You're not just beginners at this stuff. This is about something that may be hidden quite deeply inside, and you have needed to get to this stage of life, stage of time. You've just needed to get to this stage of your timeline in order to have a look and see, to finally see this thing, because it may be something that has been obvious previously, but you have not been able to see it because it just hasn't been the right time. Wow, same card as pile 2, focus and then act. So there's a lot of like, what's the word? There's a lot of kind of making sure that you're still enough in order to see the path. Because if you don't, then you will miss it. Okay, so we have the answers you need are coming. The The answers you need are coming. I think, yeah, you really do have to sit. If you guys meditate, sit. That this is what this is about. Sit. I mean, honestly, all of the groups, like, you do need to do this. But yeah, there is something about you being able to kind of like lift the veil off. And the only way you do that is by being completely still. You have to be. There's, you know, when I get into deep states of meditation, sometimes even the very act of breathing is a nightmare. You know, it kind of gets in the way. And that's what happens when you go into deep states of meditation. You have to be so still so that you can almost see the molecules. Like, you know, you can sense the vibrations of the molecules that are vibrating within your body and how they do that. So, the one, okay, I'll take that one. Wow, so that is this. Oh, look, there we go, the star. And then we've got the Ten of Pentacles. Okay. What have we got here? No, too many. Three of Wands. Wow, okay. What does my pile 3 need to heal? What do they need to focus on healing right now? What do they need to heal? What are they being called to heal right now? What are my pile 3s being called to heal right now? 2 of Cups. Okay, and I'll take that. Okay, that's the Emperor. Woof. Okay, so we've got the Star, the 10 of Pentacles, the 2 of Cups, the Emperor. Sorry, the Star, the 10 of Pentacles, 3 of Wands, 2 of Cups, Emperor, yeah. So, okay. This is an interesting thing that's going on here. It's definitely being quite elusive, I'm not going to lie. I'm just like, it's not coming that clearly. Okay, I'm going to clarify. So the Star, 10 of Pentacles, 3 of Wands, 2 of Cups, the Emperor. The Star, the Hanged Man reversed. Okay. The Queen of Swords reversed. The 8 of Wands reversed. The 6 of Wands. Okay. What's that? 6 of Wands clarifying the 3 of Wands. Queen of Swords clarifying the 10 of Pentacles. Okay. 8 of Wands. Okay, right. I'm gonna... Is that... Do we have 10? Yeah. I think this is to do with generational trauma. So... Yeah, 9 of Cups. Okay. Yeah, I think this is to do with generational trauma, pile 3. That's probably why I couldn't see it initially. So I think that what's going on is that there's some underlying patterning, and I think that you guys have been working with it already, that you've needed to look at things in a different perspective. That perspective hasn't quite come yet, because you've needed to have some optimism about the future. I don't know if some of you who've actually tried to like maybe disassociate or discontinue relationships with people that may have triggered certain things within you. So what's happened is that you've needed to kind of come back in and actually just have that sense of love within yourself so that you can be in that situation again. And then the Queen of Swords, you know, there's a lot of like internal battling that's going on. You may have a lot of voices, you know, like saying inside your head that this is not worth it, like that you shouldn't be doing this work. There's a lot of naysaying negativity that's going on in the mind, I feel. And if it's not going on in the mind, then there may be an actual person that is being like that. But I don't know. It feels like that whatever you've done externally has actually allowed you to gain some kind of personal strength. And no matter what, even if that isn't instantly recognized, there is some recognition on some form, maybe unconsciously, that is happening on that level. People are seeing the work that you're doing, and they are seeing that you are doing good work. It's happening slowly, not gonna lie, right? Okay, people are coming slowly to their way of understanding that you are doing the good thing. It's kind of classic when it comes within families, particularly when it comes to generational trauma. These things do not happen immediately, easily. Like, you know, we do see some benefits when we do heal, but there's still work to be done. It just means that we can like go forward with a more happier attitude, which is why the star is here. And this kind of like maturity and inner wisdom. That's what I was getting with the higher numbers, that even though I'm getting this high priestess energy, the high priestess is still young. Like, it's still at the beginning of the tarot, you know, it's there's a sense of immaturity there. But whereas like here we've got higher numbers, and they also equate to the 8 and the 9, and then we have the star turning up. It just kind of makes me think that there's a mature attitude that has to have, it's needed to go through a process and an evolution in order to get to this point where you can feel that you can move forward. And people are just not there yet. Let's not even like beat around the bush. They're not there yet. They are, and they're making their own way slowly, but that's because of what you're doing and small steps, you know, small steps. 9 of Cups with the Emperor. I think like what's really interesting is that whatever's happening on the father line, there is like this sense of like not needing to be alone so much. Like you don't, sorry, I thought that was the 9 of Pentacles. But maybe there is this idea of like not wanting to be alone, but also, I also think that maybe this is not the intention of the father line. So if you do have some generational trauma, you do have some issues that have happened with family that you are working through, there is nobody's intention that this was what is happening is not the intention. Like, absolutely not. This is not what anybody wished for. They did not wish for this thing. And despite how some people have acted, because I think that with this, like, the answers that you need are coming, it may not be something that you want. Like, it may not be the prepackaged answer of where everybody realizes what they've done and, oh my God, yes, they've realized what they've done and now everybody hugs and becomes happy families. That usually never happens. It's a rarity when it does happen. What's actually coming to the forefront is that there's this kind of idea of maturity of how we view a situation and how we like see things, and we're like, right, okay, this is not how I wanted it to turn out, but I can understand that these people did not want this to turn out this way. I'm sure of this. I think with the Emperor I mean, we don't know if the Emperor is upright or not. That's what I really love about these cards. But with the Emperor the way it is, there is a tendency to kind of like maybe enforce one's position of power on top of a situation, but really that wasn't the intention. You know, there is an intention of love there, but it just hasn't worked out that way. Let's have a look. Action. Wow. Okay, so we've got 2 cards of action here. The Hanged Man is also reversed. So tell me a bit more about action. I think this is the thing, like, you've got to keep on moving. You've got to keep on doing what you're doing. So say, for example, if you've been receiving some kind of like healing regarding this issue, keep on doing your journey. Keep on doing your thing. Nobody needs to see that. Whatever is happening on the other dimensions, the other realities, energetically, what is happening, like, that is happening regardless. People don't need to be told about it. People don't need to know about it. You just do you. Wow, Mother Rose, returning to each other, compassion and humanity. Yeah, I definitely think that if this isn't about generational trauma, it might not be your reading, but I feel like this is to do with that. Okay, and your final card to close out the reading, my wonderful pile 3. This is quite a powerful reading. It does mean that you're on the right path. I am going to say, though, it is like small steps, because the thing is that you're changing generations. And I think, as I said, like, people think that, I don't know, there seems to be a little bit of like this thing of where people think that generational trauma just gets fixed. And it is an ongoing process. It's, you know, it took decades of years to form, and like, you know, I don't know, there just seems to be like some kind of like magical thing of like where like, oh yeah, one ancestor like breaks the curse and then everything is healed for all of eternity. To a certain extent, okay? I'm not going to lie, to a certain extent it does happen. Sometimes it does, but in my experience it doesn't often happen that way. It actually happens the other way, where it takes time to integrate what's going on. The altar priestess, preparation, prayer, and sacred ritual. That takes time. What number is that? 39. 39 equates to 11. No, 12. 12 equates to 3. Okay, so the Hanged Man again. And the Empress. Okay, so let's have a look at what the altar priestess is saying. Number 39. So, sorry. Okay. The stage is set. The world is waiting for you to take your place in sacred meditation and prayer action, right? As your ally, the altar priestess brings the ritual of reverent interaction with the mundane world. You are being required to see everything as sacred, all of life as a meditation, and every action as a prayer of devotion. When you're able to perceive this world in this way, your question will lead you to the appropriate answer. The answers are coming. If all is sacred, how can anything be wrong? Ask how you can shift your consciousness to see your circumstances through the eyes of the divine, and then you will realize how everything is perfect and sacred right now. Powerful words, my pile 3. I really hope that made sense, and I really hope that this helps towards your healing journey. It's quite immense, not gonna lie. May need to do a part 2. Let me know in the comments if I do and you want some more questions. Please do put them in the comments, because it also gives me ideas for new readings and stuff. But otherwise, my darlings, if you enjoyed this reading, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe for more videos. Do hit the bell icon on all so that you'll get notified of whenever I do upload. But otherwise, have a wonderful morning, evening, or night, or day, whenever you're choosing to watch this. I love you all. You're all fantastic. And I'm here with you on this journey, helping you as much as I can. And remember that honesty is always key.